In the last lesson, we learnt how to improve the detail of our site plan by being introduced to layer masks and introducing more detail with these masks. Now let's continue to build up the detail of this site plan by now adding in some trees. If you'd like to watch all the other 40 plus lessons available, as well as gain access to all the course files and 50 bonus textures and PNG trees you can use for your own site plans, check out the full Photoshop site course on my website. The link is down in the description below. So then all that's left is just adding in the trees. As you can see, the trees just make a huge difference. If you turn it off, it looks pretty shitty. If you add the trees, a lot more detail, it's going to look a lot better. So let's add some trees in. If you're watching this course on the website, you can go ahead and download the trees that we need to import into this file. Otherwise, if not, check the description in the YouTube video and you can download all of the resources that you need to make this happen. So let's go ahead and add in some trees. This first one I'm going to add in, make sure you've got PNG trees. You don't want to have to play around with any shitty trees. I'm just going to add this in at a general scale of what I think it would be. Now remember, you can use the Google Earth image to try and find the correct scale of some of these trees. And I'm just going to start placing trees in around the place that are, the same scale as this one here. So that looks like it's a match. I could probably add that one in there, just around some of these spaces. And you don't want to add too many at the same size. What you want to do instead is, now I'm going to copy one over, I'm going to scale it down, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit. You want to give them a bit of variance, because if they all look the same, then it's going to look a little bit funny. And it's also worth considering where the shadows are, because as you can see, the shadows on these trees is actually to this western side. However, the sun is coming from this side, so we might need to rotate them all. So I'm actually going to go ahead and delete all of these, and let's have a play around with making these look a little bit more realistic. So the first thing I'm going to do is orient it into the right direction. The sun is coming from that way, and as you can see, our shadows are all on this side here. So the sun is coming from up here. Let's turn that Google Earth image back on. What I like to do when I import any kind of people or trees into Photoshop is I'll use the burn tool, again by pressing O or going down to the burn tool. I'm actually going to rasterize this layer. I'm going to paint over it with the burn tool. And this just darkens it up and it blends it into the image a little bit better. As you can see, it's a little bit darker, it looks a little bit better. And you can also use the dodge tool to then lighten up the side that's got the sun on it. So I'm just going to lighten up that side there. There you go, looks a little bit more realistic. Let's bring on that Google Earth image again. And what you can do is then start to copy this one around the place. And you might want to add a little bit of variance to it. Make sure they're not all exactly the same. This one can just get rotated a little bit. You can just place another one down here, another one up here. And then you can start to scale them as well. So I'm going to drag one over here, I'm going to scale it down. It's just a matter of placing them around generally where your Google Earth image is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of these trees, and I'll get back to you. You don't want to fill up the whole area because we're going to be adding in some other trees as well. So you don't want to have to cover it all up. I think this is pretty good for now. So what I'm going to do is select that top tree, select the bottom tree, I'm going to group them all together. I'm going to label this as trees, going to hide that bottom layer there. Now let's make these look a little bit better. Let's add a bit of a drop shadow to them. I'm going to add a drop shadow to the entire group so that we don't have to apply it to each individual one. This is a little bit too not subtle for me, it's a little bit too obvious. I'm going to drop the opacity. And you also want to be careful where you're placing some of these trees. Some of them can be a little bit more deliberate, and you can just move them around so that they don't cover buildings. It's not like they're coming out of a building. Place them around a little bit more delicately. So then what you would do is then add in another tree or different type of tree, and you would do the same thing. So this tree here, it's a darker color, it's a different color, it looks a little bit different because in nature you don't just have one type of tree, there's different species, so you want to play around with that, make it look a little bit more realistic. Burn this tool again by rasterizing it, press O or go down to the burn tool. I'm just going to darken in this tree. I'm going to actually go around some of the edges as well because there's a bit of white around the place. It's not a perfect tree image, but it will do the job just fine. I'm going to actually drop the opacity to 80% Just make it look a little bit better. Then you just want to, again, copy this one around. You can also add your burn and your dodge to it as well. Bring up some of those lighter areas on the side here. Doesn't do too much because the opacity's been dropped, but that will be fine, I reckon. So then you'll continue to add in different trees until you get to this point where you've just added in a whole bunch of them. I'm going to continue to add these trees around the place like before. I'm going to scale them, I'm going to rotate them, I'm going to make them look a little bit different, and I can go off of my Google Earth image to see just whereabouts they should be placed. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, may as well make it look pretty realistic. As you can see, there's a lot of trees around this building here and also around here as well. So we want to try and follow that. And if you want, you can lock some of these base layers into place if you want to move around these trees, but I'm not too fussed. Alright, so I've just added in all of those trees, and now I'm going to group them together, give them a drop shadow, bring out the distance a bit, click OK. You can add in the next tree then as well. And this is going to be another green tree. Turn on this other layer. And as you can see, the lighting's not exactly right, but once we burn it with the burn tool, we rasterize it, we burn it, it can look like it's a little bit more realistic. Just go around some of those white edges. You can go over it a few times, just make sure it looks like it blends in. I think that looks pretty good. Go to the dodge tool, bring up the light on that bright side, the north side. Then we can just move this one around as well. And you just want to make sure the trees are actually kind of at the right scale by following this Google Earth image. Alright, so I think that's enough vegetation for us. You could also add in little plants and little reeds and stuff like that if you got really fussy with it. To be honest, I think this is going to look quite good. I'm going to group all of them, call this trees 3. I'm going to rename this one to trees 2. I'm going to add the drop shadow again. Now as you can see, there's not enough trees, so what you can do is just go back into here and you can start copying them around again. And it's really quite simple. As it's already under that group, they're going to have the drop shadow, they're going to have all the same effects that you put on. And if you find that you don't like the drop shadow, you can just turn it off, and it turns it off for all of them. If you wanted to, you could then group all of these trees in another layer, and you can just call this trees. It's all about being organized. So then you can just move around your trees as you need and make it look a little bit better. Now, I could obviously add more trees to this, I'm not going to, but what I am going to do is make sure they don't all just look like they're the same trees. So let's add in some variance. How do we do that? We're going to use the clone stamp tool. So with one of the trees selected, let's go ahead and select the clone stamp tool, which is up here. Otherwise you can press S to bring it up, and we've got to select a region. Let's bring up the brush size a little bit, and let's select this part of the tree here. First of all, we're going to select the tree, and we're going to click S to bring it up. With the clone stamp tool, what you can do is hold Alt, and this brings up a selection kind of crosshairs, which you're going to select a part of that tree, hold Alt, left click, and then you've got a selection of that tree. If we zoom in, you can see that we can then start to press Alt, to left click, and then we're just going to add some variation of these trees around the place. And what this does is just makes the trees not all look exactly the same. I'm going to select this tree, press the clone stamp tool, and just add in a bit of variance around the place. Doesn't have to be perfect. And this is just going to make it look like the trees aren't all exactly the same. And so that's how, if we go back to the original site plan, we got this effect where they don't all just look exactly the same. And you can get really detailed with this and you can make it look really good if you wanted to, but let's not go too in depth at the moment. In the next lesson, we'll go over everything we've learned from this course and we'll recap over some of the final things that we can do to improve our site plans. I will see you there.